Hey y'all, welcome back. This is the second part of the reading for the pick a card from Instagram yesterday for those who chose the Golden Pyramid. So on the first video I picked all the cards on camera. That's what took the first 15 minutes up on the first video. But I read the first card that came out, which was again Universal Love, number 44. During the intermission, Spirit led me to look at the bottom of the decks for everything that I pulled. So the bottom of the Sacred Geometry Wisdom Oracle deck was consciousness. And of course that stuck out. If you missed the reading or the definition of universal love that I read from the book, go back to the first video. But it certainly again spoke of consciousness. Everything is consciousness. So starting there, number 17, consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Consciousness can be described as a state of awareness or focused attention, and wherever we direct our attention will dominate our minds. Like the universe, consciousness is alive and forever expanding, breathing, morphing. Consciousness reflects reality, and reality reflects consciousness in return. In this new energy, our consciousness is rapidly expanding to hold the awareness of the many multidimensional aspects of reality. We are increasingly capable of multi-directing our attention to many different layers at the same time, providing us with a deep, rich experience in every moment. We no longer receive input solely through the senses that are closely connected to our physical body alone. We receive communication from beyond the body through intuitive thought, intuitive knowing, and intuitive feeling. Welcome to the Golden Age. Light and consciousness are closely connected. They both have quantum attributes and are non-linear. Light is an energy that can be created through consciousness, and consciousness can be created through light in return. Light influences our awareness, our perception, our consciousness, and therefore our reality. The center of the consciousness image shows the place of birth, where light bursts out of the core to spread into the various planes of reality. The bright purple indicates the connection to source, and the yellow spheres refer to our sense of self emerging from the source and expanding onto the flower of life grid, the basis of our three-dimensional reality. The blue in the image refers to the deep, dark universe, the origin of everything that shows up in our reality. But since everything is always in motion, so is consciousness, like a breath, morphing, changing, expanding, and the color could easily flow from blue into purple, into red, into yellow, and so on. I certainly recommend you getting this deck if you don't have it. Again, it's a Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. Try this. Take a moment to go inside and mentally scan your body. Notice the physical sensations you feel. Tune in to your heart. How do you feel emotionally? Now move your awareness away from your body. Can you feel the space around your body? Practice moving your awareness from what goes on inside of you to what's going on around you. I really like it. Then right underneath consciousness was third eye chakra. But if I read them all, we'll be here all day. You can always again hit me for a personal reading if you need me. Alright, so from the Sacred Geometry Wisdom deck, again, I went to the Animal, Spirit, the Wild Unknown deck. The first card out was Dragonfly. Dragonfly is an air element, of course. And we're in the age of Aquarius, which is an air element. Dragonfly, reading from the book, it says, Dragonfly is the master of light, illusion, and the mind. So that's great. Stepping from consciousness. Go ahead with the synchronicity. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the Dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or are they still? Dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The Dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, you see clearly, joyful, magical. When out of balance, you can't concentrate. Your mind is too busy. So to bring into balance, focus on your breath work. Second card out was Raccoon. Let's see here, Raccoon. This is an earth element. Raccoon, talented, shadowy, in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative energy fear is resolved. So the Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative energy fear is resolved. And that immediately made me think of the first video when I was talking about Pluto. Again, Pluto and Saturn are in retrograde right now, and Jupiter. All these planets that are further away from us are basically about how we deal with the outside world. The closer planets to us, the Sun, the Moon, Venus, Mercury, those are particularly dealing with us. You know, the Moon, our inner emotions, mind, Mercury. But when you get to those outer planets like Pluto, we're talking karma. Saturn is karma. Pluto is all about luck and expansion. Jupiter, luck, transformation. Jupiter is the planet of Scorpio, death and rebirth. So again, this Raccoon is making me think, about that Pluto. Telling us like, look, we need to deal with any unresolved fears, anything down deep that we've been holding on since childhood, because we can't take it where we're going. And that's what it is. So we're not getting off the hook. That's why it's calling us out. So when in balance, you are a generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, we are competitive. We're the starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. That's why I'm here today, stepping out of my comfort zone, doing what Spirit is leading me to do. I wanted to say forcing me to do, but hey, there we go. Next card is Octopus that came out. Octopus, reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play here. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. And that is so true. I had to learn this lesson very thoroughly over the last 12 months. When in balance, interested, engaged, intelligent. When out of balance, you're needy, clingy, lacks courage. To bring into balance, space to oneself, talk therapy. Gemini mind, I know that well. And the last card that I pulled with that was Vulture. Again, another air energy, but it made me immediately think of rebirth. And there it is. Vulture. See, I knew it wasn't going to be all bad. Vulture, the guardian and purifier. Essential for rebalance. I got that energy as soon as I touched it. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. When in balance, clarifies, reveals wisdom. When out of balance, you can be dramatic and aggressive. To bring into balance, clean your space in sage. I like that. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, sorry guys, I was getting a call. At the bottom of the deck was cheetah. Cheetah, I like it. It's making me think of fast, and I see all them circles speeding through. So vulture, I don't know why I'm thinking, but a speedy health. that's the first thing that came to mind. So I don't know, but I knew that prayer card that we got coming up next was from the solar chakra. First word that came up as soon as I looked up cheetah was solar force. So cheetah, solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto cheetah. It shines from inside this great creation. Wait. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, achieves anything, boundless energy. When out of balance, impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect with your purpose. Ooh, and underneath that was the golden egg. Oh, love that. I might have to read that if we got time. Ooh, and underneath the golden egg was the phoenix. Y'all. Underneath that was Scorpio. We just came out of that Scorpio full moon. I'm feeling it, but I don't have time to get all into this with you guys. But that phoenix, look at that circle. Circles are spirit. You got all the other elements, but the phoenix, that circle is beautiful. The golden egg, spirit circle, but it's filled in with black melanin. I'm going to hurry up and get to that last one, the prayer, because the cheetah was again talking about solar force, and as soon as I seen the prayer when we pulled this out on the first video, what did I say? Solar chakra. So let me pause here and get the book. Hope I don't run out of time. Okay, prayer. Cool lemonade. My prayers are answered. An old man sits on his porch with his grandson, sipping lemonade and reminiscing. He'd wanted to be a traveling preacher. He'd been all set to leave home, but his father reminded him to pray for guidance. That very night his father died, and the man realized that spirit was telling him to stay. Now his grandson appreciates the lemonade, and the old man smiles. He never regretted staying on the farm. Cool lemonade is a reminder that there is always a plan. If you are sidetracked from your path, then you will be guided back to your true calling. Personal inquiry, ask yourself, if my most powerful thoughts are a form of prayer, how can I live in active prayer? All prayers are answered. Following where life leads. Begin being of service and fulfillment. Keywords to this card are clarity, destiny, and authenticity. So do this for meditation. Knowing that you cannot take anything with you when you leave this earth. The thoughts create your world. Think now of the things that make you happy. Having all that you desire begins with taking what you need at the right time. Trust that you will be offered the best. Whether or not take what is offered is entirely up to you. Whether or not you take what is offered is entirely up to you. Having all that you desire begins with taking what you need at the right time. Trust that you will be offered the best. Whether or not you take what is offered is entirely up to you. I had to read that again because I know I'm going through some things right now. Prayer. My prayers are answered. And I'm going to end it on that one because your prayers are answered. It looks like I'm going to have to do a third video to get those crystal cards out for all my people that chose the Golden Pyramid. I'm going in for you. Be right back.